Hello and welcome to another set of turns of Dominion 6. I am the False God. I am playing as Baratos, and our Disciples game with Darcy Cookies as Machaka. We are on turn 52. More stuff from them, more Dwarven Hammers. Missing the voice of Apsu. The Sarmatia team put up the Admiral Water spell, whatever it's called, which raids provinces, which is really annoying. We'll talk about that in a bit. The Well of Misery got stole. No. Can't remember why it was down. It was down for Sarmatia, but now it's back. Wellspring of Secrets, Shimmering Haze, more Blood Slaves. Our Ichthyids go ahead and take out the Marrows. Machaka went ahead and pinged the Barbarians for me again so we could check their morale because none of us wanted to check a turn. We got 116 militia, who I really should have just tried to get killed because they're just going to eat income. I wouldn't use them for patrolling, but I think that was actually a mistake. So whoops. Let's see. Yeah, so we got this one. Yeah, we really should have been blood sacking. Let's look at the global situation. Yeah, Mother Oak, Riches from Beneath, Ghost Ship Armada, Well of Misery, Gates of Horn and Ivory. So they have all of them. This team, the one team has all the globals. We are vulnerable to the Admiral. We have, as a team, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We have 20 provinces that are vulnerable to the Admiral. And he's kind of a pain to kill. Well, I think we'll see. We'll get attacked to him eventually. We'll check it out. But it's this whole legion of ethereal ghosts or skeletons that are kind of a pain in the ass. So we'll deal with that when we get there. I don't think that we did anything except move our blood hunting operations inland. Because they were shockingly hard to beat. So let's see what else we've got going on this turn. Blood hunting, we're moving. More lanterns, armor of souls, more Apsus, more lanterns, double shedim lanterns, black steel full plate. This is part of getting the kit together, I think, for our king to be able to fight them. The ghosts. I don't remember what the full kit is. I think we'll see it deployed. But we spiked in blood this turn, but we're gonna go down again next turn because now we gotta move. But we're definitely trying to get all of our blood together and be careful about how much we're doing so that we're still gonna have enough to do the Robe of the Magi next turn, which we'll have available next turn with our blood boosters. So that's fun. It's fun. Otherwise, troops are kind of just moving about. See what we can see. Nothing new from Machaka, I don't think either. You can see we're trying to go ahead and get our seduction on for this troll. That would be an Earth 3, which we don't have, and it would be Glamour, which we haven't got. I think we sent the Glamour Veil item in anticipation of a successful steal, because then that would give us the ability to go right into. Well, we don't have the magic, but eventually give us the ability to go into gnomes and stuff. And it would let us cast at the end of the rainbow spell. So let's go to 53 and see if that's successful. In testing, it worked very well. Some air gens from Machaka. Miss. Harbor Plenty found. Frozen Forest found. This is a good one. This has 4 gems and this Ice Druid, which is neat. And it's certainly a path that I don't think I have. Copper Idol is more air gems. 35 blood slaves. He resisted, so didn't get the chance. And we're also trying to seduce Bogus. So this one, so you can see this one, he made the MR save, whereas this one, he tied the morale save. Barrington Priest is successful with a little bit of bodyguards, fire gems, fire gems. The bodyguard tag is really critical on these Colossi warriors for this blood hunting purpose. Very helpful. You can see our Robe of the Magi being forged. Very cool item. Magic +1. And then it costs a boatload of stuff. But this is what we need. The Robe of the Magi plus the 2 fire boosters is going to let that Fire Queen, not Fire Queen, but Lion Queen, cast our big fire spell. So that's going to be pretty sweet. We're going to keep trying to seduce here. See if we can't get that. See if we can't get that done. We are also, again, Lightless Lanterns, more Draconians. Gift of Reason is being cast on... Oh, I remember. Okay, this is silly. I must have missed the event. Somebody else probably saw it and I just forgot to record it. We have gnomes. We got 2 gnomes from an event. So that's why. I was like, I swear I had gnomes. Yeah, we got 2 gnomes from an event. And so yeah, you can Gift of Reason those and they'll become the gnome from the spell. Or at least they have the same paths. I don't know if they're exactly the same, but it's funny. I must have missed that when we were going through. So yeah, Gift of Reason, more Draconians, rods, lanterns, blood hunting, magi, shed, lanterns. So we're just trying to bulk up, in case somebody, obviously we spiked because we came way down because we didn't blood hunt 2 provinces this turn, or 3 provinces, however much. Our income is way up. Gem income, we're still in 4th. Trying to catch up a little bit. Research, we're just barely trying to inflect. We're having our mages do kind of a lot of stuff. We are #1 Dominion, although we could do a lot of work there. And I have the largest army, which at least helps a little bit in dissuading people from thinking that we're large and vulnerable, although a lot of our army size is in birds. But yeah, you can see we had leftover money this turn. That'll get spent up pretty quick. 14 death gems to Machaka. And we'll go ahead and jump to 54. We got a Ring of Regen from Machaka. That's going to be part of our kit for Baal Hammond to be able to try and stave off the Admiral. Draconians. There's the Gift of Reason. Here's our little gnome. Yeah, so that Gift of Reason is worth 6 pads. And he's going to start forging Boots the Messenger, looks like. Missing on some magic sites, a lot more blood slaves. Boom! We got our Troll King. So that's an Earth 3 we didn't have. We did have the crosspath courtesy of the gnomes. It also came with 6 gems and a Master Smith, so his forge is even higher. So a great steal, and it means that we can now just wander in and take this. Because it has no leadership. So that's awesome. Missed on this one. He made the save. What I would say so far, the way it felt with these is that it has felt relatively safe. The number of times they get attacked feels really low, but it does take some time. And that's why I think it's not nearly as good against enemies, right? They're usually not going to be in your Dominion. So Now they do fly, and I can't remember if you also need climb walls now, but either. Oh, here's the Admiral attacking into Machaka, so we can take a look. So yeah, they've got all these. Well, that's the captain. Flesh Eater, Enchanted Shield, Ring of Fire, Pendant of Luck. They are all. So he's lucky. He's ethereal. He's a berserker. Let's try and get a regular guy. Nope, that's a helmsman. Okay, regular old damned buccaneer is ethereal. So like death mages will get right through this stuff, but they've also got fear. They all have fear, so it's a ton of fear. That was the biggest problem when trying to plan scripts to fight these guys. Is that even your even your really high morale units were just running from the insane amount of fear. Now, if you have access to death mages, they obviously kill them pretty quickly, and they can do like skelly spam, which works fine. But the fear, they're also on attack rear, which is kind of annoying. And you can see they're going to go ahead and wipe out the large amount of province defense that Machaka had. And then I think he's going to get attacked again. Now this is a splinter group, so it's only led by a captain. It doesn't have the admiral. Well, I guess we'll go back. I forgot to click on the admiral. But you can see here he's doing Horde of Skeletons. But like this is something which again is sort of injuring his research to be, all of his mages here doing Horde of Skeletons. But they're going to go ahead and break through. For anyone who doesn't know, right, these groups get made whenever the admiral is successful. I don't know if it's every time, but often. When the admiral, like here, sort of successfully raids a province. The admiral's the dude in the middle. He's got an accursed shield, so he's going to horror mark you. And he's got a special, the admiral's sword, which gives more fear and cursed luck. So, it's as a global, I don't think that it's worth it. You don't get a ton of stuff out of it. You kind of piss everybody off. Like, we were starting to consider going to war with Sarmatia about this, and I've seen in other games where someone cast this, they got war declared on them over it, because it's, it's indiscriminate. So I don't know that I would really recommend casting this one, but it did take one of Machaka's provinces. You got +1 water gem. Special monsters attack Machaka and win. And then they're gonna scare off our Stormcaller, but he's okay. He's busy trying to find stuff for Machaka down there. We're gonna sneak more units or more Liliths to try and take. And we actually ended up only going with the one Pendant of Beauty. We didn't do the cat charm as well. But send some more people down. Try and snipe that. Take the golem range. We're now doing Raven's Feast. So that's Air 4, so it's tough to cast, but now we have access with our Air Helmet. And for anyone to know, right, this makes a lot of Death Gems based on how many corpses are present. So we're going to be looking to cast it wherever we're blood hunting to try and get a bunch of Death Gems. And send those to Machaka mostly. More Lights Lanterns, more Dowsing Rods. We're still trying to just get our stuff together here. We're doing 2 Raven's Feast because we have this person's just always a 4, and I should have been probably considering it earlier. He's been doing a lot of blood hunting here, which is why he can see. I can't see it, but he's got Death Mages here, so he can tell me how many corpses are there. So we know there's a lot of corpses there. Other than that, more Shed, Dragon Helmet, Flesh Eater. Those are also part of getting our our kit together for Balhammon to be able to fight the Admiral. So, still working on that. We're moving more units here to Blood Hunt. We're moving out our B3 Brides. Here, right, we got a bunch of Blood Hunters. We're starting to Blood Hunt here as well. So we're trying to get that blood up. We're spiking. We're now more than any other... Or I think this turn we're more than everyone else combined, probably. Which, again, can be a little dicey in this kind of a game, but with the open graphs. So hopefully Machaka will take that back, and he's going to try and catch the Admiral. I think the first turn the Admiral went and hit some kind of Niflheim thing over here, and I just didn't catch it. Alright, let's go to 55. But yeah, I do think, again, there's, so you can see it's been a bunch of turns, nobody's fighting anybody, and I think that this is a big part of this is the open graphs, the small number of teams, right, because this is a Disciples game. There's really only 4 teams left, although Abyssia is still technically alive, as is, well, Fomoria's dead this turn, but Hinam is too. But there's 4 relevantly sized teams. And I think that is just, 4 is a very stable number. Because I don't think anybody wants to 3v1 anybody right now. And that means that you're going to be a 2v2, which is, you know, sort of a coin flip in some sense. So it's very stable. Raven Feast finds 15 death gems. So this was, we spent 3 and got 15. The other one did not work out as well. Which, that was the one in Swandi. But we spent 3 and got 5. That one's less good. But the 15 one is great. And then Niflheim puts up Illwinter, which is a pain. So we'll talk about that in just one sec. We found another Well of White Water. More Blood Slaves. Ah, you can see here, we went ahead and stole the Warrior Mage who comes. So he's gonna make golems for us and crystal gear. Came with a Rune Smasher, a Rainbow Armor, and a Braces of Protection, and another 9 gems. So that's a great steal. We're quite happy with that. We're gonna go ahead and take out the cavemen. Ooh, Machaka is attacking the throne. Hilaire. So it's got a lot of Enkidu, some militia, big old hill giant, Kalu, a lot of Springhawks, and then this Anunnaki with the Starfire Staff, Shield of Iron, Meteoric Iron, a couple other things, ton of gems. So he's got Spider Riders, Rhino Clan once again in the place of honor, Barbs, and then a lot of Lion Tribe in the back, as well as more elephants. There go the birds. So these guys have magic weapons, so they're gonna be able to hit through this ethereal without too much worry. That part's okay. These guys up front are probably gonna get mulch seats. The barbs are already routed. These are all on attack rear to get into the archers. Moving through, here's the Anunnaki dies immediately. He's not really set up for that. Still some birds in the back dealing big shock damage. The Rhino Clan are holding up in the center here pretty well. They're definitely going to lose, but they're making a nice delaying action. The flanking force has died. We've got routing Lion Warriors. But now all the Lion Warriors have pretty much made it into combat with the melee troops. They've got routing troops as well. It's going to come down to who routes off the battlefield first, I think. So we're going to have to hope that this squad of Lion Warriors is more full of morale. Alright, the archers are in melee. That's good. I think at this point we should be set. Yep. And he takes it. And that does happen in the real game. He lost a Barbarian Chief, a Commander, a Lion Clan Commander. He did lose a bunch of stuff, including 23 Lion Warriors. But he takes Hilaire. We'll look at that in a sec too. We route off all the trolls. a negative event, positive event. A Baratin Scout gets got. And Femoria is dead. So, Kalermagor is the Throne of the Sun. So this is going to help us fight back against the Illwinter that went up. But this is essentially 3 positive scales for us, and 5 fire gems, and fire resistance, which is all awesome and very helpful. We're going to go ahead and mass remote site search that. I think we have sent off last turn. I didn't watch it, but we sent off all of the fire gear to Machaka so that they can put up the spell. We sent off a lot of fire gems too. Illwinter though. So we have some natural heat, so we're headed into winter. We have some natural heat. We're going to claim this, which is going to give us more heat. But eventually Illwinter will set us to, 5 cold, which is really bad for us. Machaka has a 2 heat preference, and I have a 1 heat preference. So we start trying to feel out who wants to attack Niflheim. I personally think that casting Illwinter in a game with 4 players, with open graphs, with no one at war, is a bold maneuver. Because nobody wants that to happen. But they did it. So we're going to have to see what we can do about it. We also decide that so we are at this point, right? We've taken Kalermagor. These thrones are all still unclaimed. I believe by this point we've decided we just want to try and buy time and see if we can't just steal all these thrones. And it may even be the case, right, that we can steal them before, even if somebody takes it, we might be able to take it back from them if they take it in the next couple turns. Although another thing, which I think I mentioned at the very beginning of this, but haven't mentioned recently, is that strong Diplo is on. So it's attacking other players is difficult if you have a nap, and we have a nap with, I believe, Sorrow and Niflheim, and that cuts both ways. If we take it, they can't hit us either. But that's true. Yeah, it says we're at war with our only allies, whereas these guys we're actually not really allies with. That's funny. But yeah, strong Diplo is on. This also was, I think at one point, a Machaka province, but it's a me province now. Yes. We continue to get larger. So yeah, we're going to be looking at that. And what we're actually going to do with the research we have here is we're headed up to Evocation 8 because we're going to cast Second Sun. And so what Second Sun and Illwinter being up at the same time, because we weren't getting a lot of response to fighting them, if I recall. And we're like, this is something we can do that'll put us okay without having to go and fight them alone and risk getting backstabbed. Because we felt like our position was kind of good at this point. We didn't want to risk the 3v1. Is putting up Second Sun with Illwinter is going to set all land provinces, or all above ground provinces, to neutral temperature eventually. Depending on how long each one has been up, it'll take some time. However, it will leave all the underground provinces at cold 5. Cold 4? Cold 4, because cave provinces only get 1 step hotter. So that's kind of funny. So we're going to look to cast that with all of our fire income. Now, that's a level 8 fire. So to do that, we're going to need our 2 fire boosters. We're going to need the Robe of the Magi. And then we're going to need... What else did we put on him? It's the 2 fire boosters. Oh, and an elemental staff. And we're going to need a fire 4, which we don't have. So that's why we're headed to Blood 7 to go and get an Archdevil who can be it can be fire 4 and hold all those items and then cast Second Sun. So we're going to see if that happens. That's our plan, though. And then we're doing more blood hunting, quills, Auspex, Gift of Reason. Another a Mirage Crystal, Dark Knowledge, Lanterns, Gnome Lords, Auguries, Raven Feast, Owlquill. We're also summoning our Melkart, our first summoned Melkart. He's also going to be able to take all of our gear to go and fight the Admiral, so that's awesome. Everybody, you know, is happy to see us summon a Melkart. So that's neat. But yeah, so we've got some plans. Research-wise, we trended up past Niflheim, but Sarmatia is still doing more inflection than we are, which is just absurd. Just absurd. But we're still way behind Vanheim, which is embarrassing. We're behind Muspelheim. We're behind Zaro. Now we've got some blood income to show for it, but our we've got to get our stuff together. I do eventually go ahead and go around and fix all the horror marked ones. But yeah, I guess we just don't have as many researches as everyone else. I'm not exactly sure why they're so far ahead. But we're trying. Okay. All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining me. I will hope to see you all in the next one, and have a great day. Bye.